Hey bro, what's up? Hey man, I'm having my bulletproof coffee.
Your what?
My bulletproof coffee.
What the heck is that?
Well, a bulletproof coffee is... Well, let's find a pro and tell us what it is, a bulletproof coffee. So hello guys, welcome and let's have lunch and chat with Pro. We have the beautiful and knowledgeable naturopath, Liz. And so we're gonna talk something about bulletproof.
Yeah.
So, and by the way, how are you, Liz?
Good. How are you?
Good, quite good. So we'll actually have a real lunch together, and but at the same time we'll chat something about bulletproof. So I tried to explain bulletproof diet, but I failed. It's not easy for me to explain that in a simple language.
So the bulletproof diet on the whole is a way of eating that is high fat, pretty high in protein, high in vegetables, low in fruit, and like avoids grain and sugar and unprocessed dairy. And the whole point of it is to improve your health and wellness by reducing inflammation, being a healthy weight, maintaining good muscle mass. Yeah, it kind of follows a paleo way of eating, you know, with higher fat and lower grain.
Yeah.
And it's also very good for mental performance. So so the guy who founded the Bulletproof Diet, his name is Dave Asprey.
Hey, I'm Dave Asprey with the latest what's going on in the world of biohacking.
And he worked in Silicon Valley. He was obese, you know, hugely overweight, and he tried lots of different diets and eventually, you know, developed this way of eating, which really worked for him, and it also really enhanced his cognition and mental focus. So as well as feeling good and losing weight and still having muscle, you know, he could go all day without eating.
Well, that's the kind of life I want.
Yeah, me too, right? Yeah, so there's different stages to the diet, so you can definitely just make gradual changes and improve the diet and kind of head towards a bulletproof way of eating if you're, you know, busy and have a family and have a full-time job and you can't just ditch everything, or, you know, you can go whole hog and jump right in and do it. But there's different stages. So there's just the very simple way, which is you know, mainly just following those principles: the high fat, protein, high vegetable, low fruit, and if you drink coffee, do the coffee. Or there's, you know, more advanced stages that can involve the fasting, things like that.
And one thing also I'm quite interesting about the misunderstanding of fat. Because we all, I've been told fat is not good, fat is evil. And,
we all have.
Yeah, but after I reading the Bulletproof, I found it's not the same.
Not true, yeah.
So could you tell me more about fat?
The fat myth?
Yeah.
So around the 1970s, the marketing started coming out about how bad fat was for heart disease and things like that, and that it could lead to weight loss, weight gain. And at that time, a lot of food manufacturers switched to grain-based meals, a lot of cereals, a lot of just, you know, a lot more corn and maize and wheat and gluten and all of those sorts of things, and low fat. So anything to do with dairy became low fat. Anything, you know what we're talking about. And actually, what what research is showing is that, like if we think about a diet that has probably the most amount of research on it, it's the Mediterranean diet, right?
Oh, yeah.
And so that is a way of eating that incorporates huge amounts of olive oil, right?
Yeah.
And then oily fish, and meats, and then also vegetables as well. But it has similar, has more carbohydrate, but again, it's unprocessed. It's really maintaining those real food roots, which I think this does as well.
Yeah.
Getting back to the fat, so what the Bulletproof Diet is trying to do is keep your body in a state of ketosis, which is when we're using fat as a way of producing energy. Yeah, so we're not using carbohydrates, like you have sugar and you get crazy and real hyped up.
No, you just never stops.
Yeah.
We're burning
sugar crash.
and then crash, exactly.
Watch out everybody, it's a sugar rush. Watch out everybody, it's a sugar rush.
So what we're doing is we're burning fat as our fuel, which ends up being a lot more stable as a source of fuel. Yeah, so instead of the fire going whoop, then it's just a nice slow burn, and that can also really help with managing weight and weight loss and things like that.
Let's talk about coffee. So
Coffee.
Yeah, coffee. I'm
My
a coffee
favorite.
drinker, and
Me too.
and I used to drink a lot of like normal coffee with milk and sometimes with sugar, and most of the time just milk. And now I realize Bulletproof coffee is different, but at first it seems so strange. You add butter in your coffee and it tastes strange, but then I realized probably it's good. So could you tell me more about it?
So the coffee, so the whole idea of the coffee in the morning with the Bulletproof Diet is to give you something that's going to sustain you over the day. So this is where we start talking about the intermittent fasting. So the idea with the Bulletproof Diet is that you have a 16-hour period where you don't eat food.
Wow, that's a long time.
It seems like a long time. So, and what they talk about is if you go from 8 p.m. at night, right? So you have dinner, and then you stop eating at 8 p.m., which is doable, right?
Sure,
and then you go all the way through till about 2 p.m. the following day. And during that time, because
so without breakfast?
Without breakfast, no.
Yeah.
So during that time, your body's got a chance to not just be spending all its energy on breaking down food. It's got a chance to heal, to rejuvenate, to provide you energy. There's other things that can go on without all of that energy being focused around our digestive system. Because we're constantly throwing food in our, And so coming back to the coffee, so if you have the coffee, and how they do it is he chooses a really high quality coffee that's high in antioxidant, and it's been grown in an area and processed so that there's no mold or very low mold. So when grains and beans and legumes are sitting around for a long time, they can grow mold. That's just what can happen. And so this happens in food. And so if you're particularly sensitive or have impaired digestion, then that can become a real issue. So I know I keep talking around in loops, so bear with me. So the whole idea with the coffee is that you I can't just talk about this one simple thing. I've got to keep going around. So with the coffee, you want to pour your coffee, so run a double shot through the espresso machine, and then you blend butter and MCT oil, which is from coconut oil usually. It's a medium chain triglycerides. And you blitz it through the blender and it goes all frothy like a latte, and the fat will sustain your hunger so that you're not you know, you can last until that 2 o'clock time.
Instead of breakfast, I can drink a butter coffee.
A butter coffee.
And keep me survive for the whole morning. Yeah.
And what you'll find is that your mental performance will increase, partly because of the caffeine, but also partly because you've mildly gone into that state of ketosis where your body, the fuel that your body is running on is a lot cleaner.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I might try that later. But is that affect your quality of work? You may not.
Honestly, when I do it, I find that I am so switched on, really quick, so focused and able to concentrate. Yeah.
Inner peace.
I mean, obviously, if people are really sensitive to caffeine and don't drink coffee, then don't just start drinking heaps of coffee just to do this.
Perfect excuse to start drinking coffee.
But Dave Asprey, he talks about biohacking quite a lot, and biohacking is a way of just making your body work as optimally as it can, using really simple tricks, really. And so the coffee with the butter is one way of doing that.
Well, yeah, we can talk biohacking sometimes later, because it's also some topic I'm really interested about.
Yeah, it's cool, isn't it? Cool term to talk about. Yeah.
Speaking of Bulletproof Diet, now we know how to do that, and who needs this? So I think people with fast pace, they might need this, or
Well, anyone really. I mean, the fundamentals of the diet are that it's good, clean, healthy food. Lots of vegetable, protein, and fat, right?
Yeah.
And that should be everybody.
Yeah.
I mean, if people are interested in improving energy, improving mental performance, so you might be a really busy executive with a super busy job, this could be a diet approach that could work, for you. You could be trying to lose weight or have more stable blood sugar through the day so that you're not having those peaks and troughs.
So it's also better for emotion control?
Actually, they do talk about how it can just help support happy mood, which, why would you want anything else, right?
Yeah, so better body, better energy, and
better mind.
men.
Yeah.
Kind of like really good thing to me.
Totally.
How could we start Bulletproof, even if we are not a naturopath, so we're not pro, but as a beginner, how to start it?
So what I would say is, if you don't want to skip breakfast, if that makes you feel really nervous, if you're not keen on trying the coffee thing right now, then just look at the ways you can simply adjust each meal so that it has more vegetables, more healthy fats from nature, and more protein, right?
Yeah.
But mainly the focus is on the vegetables.
Yeah. Vegetables and slow cooked with some good quality oil.
Yeah.
Everyone can try that.
Yeah, it's it doesn't have to be difficult, but it does take a change in mindset for the things that you're purchasing, because we're quite used to purchasing packets of things that help making meals easier, and often those are full of additives that are not very good for our body, and those cheap oils that are not very good either.
Organic food, free range eggs.
Organic if you
like
can,
that,
totally, but don't. I mean, organic can be more expensive or just not as accessible depending on where you live. So don't let it stop you. Just always try and do the best that you can.
Yeah.
But don't give yourself a hard time about it. I mean, if you want to go eat a donut, eat a donut and really enjoy it. But just be aware of the implications, I guess.
That's why I love this. Easy-going naturopath, not a strict one. Yeah.
Well, it's we're here to enjoy life, and I think definitely at times there's a place for very, very strict, but most of the time I think let's have a good time and
Okay, thank you, Liz. And now we're gonna.
Now we can eat our lunch
we
properly.
can eat our lunch. Yeah, without any interruption. So
Okay.
thank you guys,
Bye.
and see you in next episode. Yeah, that's. And also we are taking some not interview
A
video recording right now.
Say hi, Lee.
That's,
Say hi.
yeah, that's not a
Hello.
serious one. So that's what will happen every time.